Did Sony gimp the PS4 just so it could beat Microsoft at E3? Maybe. A couple of weeks ago, Sony handily won over the hearts and minds of gamers everywhere when they announced that the PS4 would only be $399 when it's released this fall. And while yes, the PS4 is $100 cheaper than the Xbox One, its lower price tag does come at a considerable cost. For months leading up to E3, Sony was informing retailers that its once mandatory PlayStation 4 Eye Camera was now going to be an optional accessory for the system, and would not be packed in with every system as previously announced. Furthermore, the change also meant the DualShock 4's built-in LED move sensor is pretty much useless unless you have a camera. So if you don't drop the $60 on the camera, it's just gonna be a pretty flashing light on the edge of your controller that'll put on mini raves for your cat on the couch. So, you know, I guess there's that. But the biggest change that gamers have yet to experience from the Cut is how gameplay will be affected. Look, it's no secret the hardcore hates the Kinect. It's gimmicky, problematic, and overall it's pretty lame. But you can't deny that some of the things hackers did with the Kinect were pretty cool, like building robots, or helping out in medical procedures, and controlling the minds of cockroaches. Imagine what kinds of things game developers can do now that the Kinect adoption won't be fragmented, since it's no longer an optional accessory, like the Xbox headset will be this generation. Yep. Microsoft is not packing in a headset this time around like they did with the 360, citing Kinect's array of highly sensitive microphones as the preferred way to communicate with the system online. If you do prefer the headset, they will sell it to you for an as yet undisclosed price. Microsoft's late-breaking decision to cut headsets as the main form of chat further proves their dedication and commitment to the new Kinect's abilities. Even some of the E3 demos we here at TFN saw proved, at least to me, that the next generation Kinect is far less gimmicky and actually enhances gameplay in some situations. Everyone who has an Xbox One will be able to experience these added gameplay elements. PS4 users? Well, they won't. Because the PlayStation 4 camera is optional, also means that the added camera elements that could make a multi-console title better will only be able to be experienced by those who opt into PlayStation's camera. Then again, when you look at what Sony showed off at E3 this year, the camera was clearly an afterthought, since only one game, Drive Club, utilized any of its features. Plus, at the end of the day, Sony's last-minute gamble to ditch the camera is paying off. The PlayStation 4 is setting record-breaking pre-sale numbers, which prompted Sony to actually increase its internal sales estimates, not to mention forced Microsoft to reverse its DRM policies in an attempt to catch up. But what do you guys think? Will Sony's decision to cut the camera hurt or help game developers in the future? Let me know in the comments below. Plus, while I've got you here, make sure you check out this week's episode of Driven, where John looks at the new Stingray and Mustang. And as always, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. For TFN, I'm Scott Bromley saying I can't wait for the arguments about whether I'm a Microsoft or Sony fanboy start popping up in the comments. Spoiler alert, guys, I'm neither. I'm an unmarried adult male with a disposable income. I pre-ordered both systems, and I'm gonna enjoy both systems, like I have every console generation. Going back to the Atari Coleco television days. Played it all. Even had that stupid Intellivision like voice box added thing, where it'd be like, bomber. I had the Sega CD. I had that whole Sega Tower, the 32X, the CD, that whole ridiculous, put a Sonic and Knuckles on top of that. Had it all. Played it all. Because I didn't care. Because console wars are stupid. So dumb. Cola wars, on the other hand, Coke and Pepsi, that's something you guys should fight about.